Yo guys, what's up? Tom here with another deep and meaningful in the dark. And today's topic is... oh, well, not really a depressing one. Okay, hey guys, what's up? Tom here. Jokes. Talking about strict parents today. Now, I think I've notice how I said have had pretty strict parents in the past. Now, my parents really... I've got Asian parents, so you know what that means. Clearly, you can see by my videos that I'm good at piano, so obviously it fits that stereotype. But study-wise, my parents were really strict. Now, when I was coming out of primary school, I literally thought I was going to become a doctor because at that time my maths skill was equal to Year 9 maths, but my English was crap, of course, because I was like a fob kid and everything. But my English skills is ironically better now than my math skills, but basically I thought I was going to become a doctor. My teachers, what was that? My teachers literally thought I was going to become a doctor as well. But then when it came to high school in year 11 and 12, I got really lazy and then I stuffed up and now look at me. But anyways, I really had strict parents. Now, they would, on the holidays, I would always have to do an amount of study per day, okay? Feel sorry for me. I had to do 3 hours of study no matter what, minimum. And I couldn't play or do anything until it was completed. And that's the same for brother and sister. And my parents would never let me, whenever I went over to a friend's house, it would always be for a certain amount of time. They'll be always like, when are you coming home, when are you coming home? And sometimes they'll just come randomly and pick me up when I wasn't even like for an hour. I was there for an hour, they just come pick me up. And it was never allowed to sleep over, even at John, my Chinese house. He lives really close to me, 1 minute away. I would never be able to sleep over there. They would just come, even if it was 2 AM, and pick me up, because that's just how they were. Now, if you've got strict parents like me, they're not strict anymore. I do whatever I want now, really. I go out for a week. I don't come home for a week and they're just like, oh, you're home now, and that's it. They don't really care anymore. I guess it's because they just don't understand our generation, but more so, that they're just set in their own mindset that you're meant to be raised like this. They can't understand this country and our generation. So basically, the way that my parents became less strict was, I basically just always said, I'm going to sleep over at my friend's house. And I'm like, no, you can't. No, you can't. But then one time, after they said, no, you can't, they eventually let me sleep over. And it wasn't that bad. Then they realized it wasn't that bad. I used to have an earring. I still got the piercing here. But they were in year 11, I remember, my cousin wanted to get an earring, and they're like, oh, if you get an earring, I'll kick you out of my house, straight off blunt. But then when I got one, I was scared and crap. This was years later, I was hiding it. But then my cousins saw it. And then they told my mum. My mum didn't even confront me because my mum didn't care. She's like, oh, it looks okay. So really, you just need to just stick it out. Slowly rebel. Don't just rebel completely, and then eventually they'll come to accept it. When I was going out, they used to just be so against it, but now they're just I'm older now. They understand that I'm able to do my own study, my own time, and all of that. Because I still study, and it makes them happy at least, because they're really disappointed that I didn't become a doctor. They really expected me and my brother to become a doctor and everything like that, but it didn't happen, so they just slowly expected, and now they just want me to be happy, so they just let me do whatever I want. So basically, to get rid of your strict parents, you just got to slowly rebel, slowly keep persisting with it, and then eventually they'll just come around to just getting used to the fact that, that I'm not home. I used to sleep over for 1 day, right, and I'll come home, and then it was 2 days, and then that was a surprise to them. Oh, why did you sleep over for 2 days? I don't want to trouble them. But then eventually it grows and grows and grows, and now if I'm going out, they don't care. If I'm gone for a week, they wouldn't care. I went on a holiday, and then I came back. I'm like, oh, I came back from Queensland. They're like, oh, really? Here's the souvenir. They're like, oh, cool. And that's it. So basically, strict parents. I used to have the worst strict parents. I've got to be thankful though, because they really did shape my piano skills and all that. Yeah, you can't take things for granted because it shapes you as a person, how your parents are. But, eventually if you want to be a certain person, it's your ultimate choice, and slowly your parents will just start to accept that. But if you're a kid and you're like 12 or like 10 and your parents are like, oh, you can't buy this, like, it's because it's for your own good, you know. Your strict parents are there because they need to teach you some boundaries, or else you'll end up like, I don't know, taking drugs and stuff when you're like 9 and doing stuff. So really, it comes to a point when you're 18 and all is when, you know, strict parents shouldn't really be controlling your life anymore, because it's your life. You're 18 now, you're an adult. But really, when I mean rebel, I don't mean like literally like doing like illegal stuff. I just mean like going out and stuff like that. Stuff that you should be able to do because it's your own free time and all. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave suggestions on the next topic. Yeah, laters. Yo!